You know, when we think about crypto, our minds usually go straight to trading, prices, and all that financial stuff. But what if I told you this technology could tap into something much, much deeper? Something about being human. Today we're going to explore this incredible place where code meets our legacy. Welcome to the world of digital resurrection.
Seriously, just let that sink in for a second. This isn't some old, dusty letter found in an attic. This is a message that arrives on a screen, unlocked by a piece of code that was specifically designed to wait until you were no longer around. It's a powerful idea and honestly a little bit haunting. I know what you're thinking. This sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? A literal ghost in the machine, speaking from the great beyond. But here's the wild part. It's not fiction, not anymore. This technology is very real and it's being built right now.
Okay, so the big question is, how? How in the world does a piece of software know when to send that final message? Let's pull back the curtain and look at the mechanics behind these messages from beyond.
All right, so the magic here is something called a postmortem smart contract. The easiest way to think about it is like a digital will that runs on autopilot. You can load it up with anything, personal letters, videos, even important passwords or crypto keys, and then it just waits. It's programmed to wait for one very specific trigger: your complete disappearance from the blockchain.
So how does it know you've disappeared? Well, there's a really simple and kind of brilliant metaphor for it. Let's call it the digital heartbeat. This is the core idea that makes this whole thing tick.
Okay, so check this out. As long as you're around and active in crypto, you're constantly signing transactions, making moves. That's your digital heartbeat. It's proof of life. But if that activity just stops for a period of time that you get to decide, say a year, the contract basically says, okay, the heartbeat is gone. And boom, that's the trigger. The smart contract wakes up and carries out your final instructions perfectly.
You see, this is about so much more than just sending a final text message. This technology is forcing us to completely rethink what the word legacy even means and what it is we really want to leave behind.
For all of history, legacy has been about physical stuff, right? Old photos, handwritten letters, family heirlooms. But today, we're building a totally different kind of inheritance. It's made of pure data. We're talking about final video messages, the keys to our entire digital lives, and yeah, in some cases, a massive amount of unclaimed crypto wealth.
So what are people actually using this for? It gets incredibly human really fast. For some, it's their last chance to share wisdom and love. For others, it's a way to finally offer closure, or maybe reveal a secret that was just too hard to say in person. Imagine delivering an apology that only arrives decades later, when it can finally be understood.
And the timescale on this stuff is just mind-bending. People are setting these things to launch in 2030, 2040, even as far out as 2070. Think about that. A mother or father recording a video for their child's future wedding day, or an entrepreneur passing down their life's work to a successor they will never, ever meet.
But let's be real for a second. With any tech this powerful, there's always a shadow side. This new ability opens up a Pandora's box of really tricky ethical questions that we have to confront.
This is a huge one. What's to stop someone from just faking their own disappearance? They could just go off the grid, stop using their wallet, and trick the contract into releasing funds or sensitive information. Remember, the code isn't checking for a death certificate, it's just checking for digital silence. And then there are the accidents. Imagine you just lose your private keys, or you're in a coma for a year and can't access your wallet. The contract doesn't know the difference. It just sees the inactivity, assumes you're gone, and poof, your entire inheritance, a lifetime of savings, could be sent to someone else by mistake. The stakes are unbelievably high.
And this one might be the most profound. Once that message is on the blockchain, it is permanent. Forever. There is no edit button, there is no delete button. What if your final words are angry? What if they reveal a devastating secret? They would be locked in digital stone, unchangeable, for anyone to see for all time.
But even with all those risks, when you take a step back, you realize we're witnessing the start of something really incredible. It's like we're creating a new kind of immortality, a digital one, where our thoughts and our voices can literally leave an echo in the code itself.
I mean, think about how fragile everything from the past is. A paper letter can burn to ash. A hard drive can fail and everything on it is just gone. But a smart contract, it's not in one place. It's decentralized. It's sealed on the blockchain. It's a tiny piece of you, just waiting patiently, with a kind of permanence that our ancestors could never have even dreamed of.
So when it all comes down to it, the next time you hear someone talking about crypto being just about money and charts, you'll know there's something way deeper going on. It's really about memory. It's about legacy.
It's an almost unimaginable thought, right? That long after we're gone, our digital selves, our voices, our ideas could continue to speak, to guide, to comfort, maybe even to haunt the people we leave behind. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? If you could send one final message into the future, what would you say?